Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel, The Budgeting Biologist. My name is Brittany. If you are new here, thank you so much for stopping on my little old video. And if you are returning, thank you so much for coming back. It is about to be a brand new month, so you know what that means, a new monthly budget with me. So go ahead, grab your budgeting materials and budget along with me for September 2022. And if you do like these type of videos, please consider giving it a like, commenting, and of course, subscribing to my channel. And I appreciate all the new subscribers that have recently come to my channel. Thank y'all so much. I really appreciate you being here. But let's hop into this video. So September, fall's here, everyone's starting back school. I start teaching next week, so, you know, kind of getting all that stuff back together, but brand new season, let's just hop into it. So for my income, now that my 401k contributions have, you know, fully updated, I know exactly how much I'm gonna be getting paid next month. I get paid semi-monthly at my main job, usually on the 7th and the 22nd. And one paycheck for me is $2,438.38. So if I multiply that by 2, that means for the month of September, I'm gonna be getting paid $4,876.76. And for my income too, I do teach at my local community college and just one credit. And for that, I'm not exactly sure how much we're gonna be getting paid this semester, but I'm gonna go based off of what I previously got paid, which means I should be getting a total of about $280 from my side teaching job. So if I add up 280 plus 4,876.76, that gives me a total income of $5,156.76. Now, I do leave a little bit of money in my buffer. So basically the buffer is like what I leave in my checking account, just to, you know, account for any of, you know, expenses or any mistakes in my budget that I don't catch right now. And right now I have about $1,000 or so in my checking account that just kind of stays there revolving. So I don't think I need to add too much to my buffer, but I am gonna leave $6.76. So if I do my $5,156.76 minus $6.76, means we have a total of $1,550 that we're gonna be able to work with for my budget in September. Okay, cool. So like I said, we have $5,150 that we're going to be able to work with for our monthly budget of September 2022. So the very first thing I like to do, I always say this on my channel, is I prefer to pay myself first and, you know, put my money towards my savings and my Roth IRA. So I'm going to start with that first. So I always put $1,000 towards my just personal savings. And that is for my 3 to 6 month expenses. Emergency savings are all in one account for me. So I like to put $1,000 towards that. Currently, I do have a house fund, which is for a future down payment. And I put $1,000 a month into that as well. And I just want to update you guys on my house fund. I did go ahead and put $10,000 into an iBond from my house savings. Now what an iBond is, it's an inflation protected bond offered by the US government, or I guess I should say the US Treasury. And because it's backed by the US Treasury, it's like literally one of the safest investments that you can make. And right now it's paying a return of 9.2%. which is higher than the stock market, higher than any type of, you know, return you're gonna get in even a high yield savings account. So if you're looking for a safe investment, I highly recommend looking into iBonds. There are some definite cons as well that you should think about too. Like, for example, I can't touch that money for a minimum of 1 year. So I don't recommend putting to your 3 to 6 month expenses or emergency funds in an iBond. But if you have additional savings that you can afford to not see for a little while, think about putting your money in an iBond and helping to protect that money against inflation right now. Okay, anyway, so I also put $500 into a Roth IRA. So I do save for my retirement through my 401k offered at my job, and that I am maxing out for the year. So that's already, come out of my paycheck by the time you see this number. And then I also have a Roth IRA for some after-tax income that goes towards that, also for retirement. So if I add that all up, 1,000 plus 1,000 plus 500 means we have a total of $2,500 that we're going to be putting towards savings this month. And if we do what we have from our income, 5,150 minus, what is that? 2,500. That gives us a total of 2,650 for the rest of our budget. Okay, so next we're gonna go ahead and move on to our fixed expenses. And I do split most of these costs with my boyfriend who I live with. He pays one half, I pay the other. So all of these are basically half of the total of what we owe for the month. So for my portion of the rent, I owe $920 for our rent each month. Our water, we finally did get our first water bill, and it was only $26.77. So, it's about half of what we expected, which is great. But we have been putting aside $50 each for our water bill each month. And I think we're going to keep it that way just because it's always nice to have a little bit of extra money. And plus, we also got a dog too, like I mentioned in a couple of my previous videos, and he has various expenses. So it's always nice to have a little bit more money. So we're going to keep this at 50. And how this works, most of my fixed expenses, except for cell phone and Apple, we have a joint account that we put all the money into, and then all the bills are automatically paid out of there. So that's how we decided to do it. For electric, we do $50 a month for electric as well. Again, it's a little bit over what our bill actually is. Wi-Fi, I put away $60 a month for Wi-Fi. Again, a little bit higher than what we actually owe. My cell phone bill, I pay it for on my own, and my cell phone bill is always $37.70. I'm considering switching to Mint Mobile. If you have it, let me know down in the comments how your service is. It's a lot cheaper than what I pay with Verizon prepaid. I think it's $90 for the full year, which is really inexpensive. So let me know if you have Mint Mobile. How do you like the service? Because I am considering switching. And then lastly, I have my Apple payments, which includes Apple Music Students and my iCloud storage, and that is $7.28. And I have no idea when Apple is going to finally realize I'm no longer a student and haven't been a student for 2 or 3 years at this point. But if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I'm going to keep paying the student price until I can't. But let me add up my fixed expenses. So we have 920 plus 50 plus 50 plus 60 plus 37.70 plus $7.28. So in total for my fixed expenses, I need to set aside $1,124.98. But let's go ahead and round that to $1,125 just to make the math a little bit easier. Okay, so after paying ourselves, we had $2,000 $650 left over. And if we subtract our fixed expenses, that leaves us with a balance of $1,525, which we can split between variable expenses, sinking funds, and then finally, just some savings challenges that I kind of do for fun. So for groceries, this is again something that I split with my partner, and we set aside $400 a month on groceries, and that has been working out really well for us. I always tell y'all in these videos, we primarily shop at Aldi, and that helps keep the cost really low. Gas, I'm gonna leave at $80. I work from home generally 4 days a week and then go into my office 1. And I still have no idea if I'm gonna be, going in person anytime soon full time. So I'm just gonna keep gas at 80. I know it won't be for at least September because they would have told us already, but that may change in October or November. I'm just gonna keep an eye on it. But for right now, $80 is plenty. And the class that I'm teaching is remote, so I don't have to drive to go teach either. So that's also really nice. Beauty, I will be giving Beauty a little bit of extra money this month because I'm going to get my hair pressed out and trimmed, which I really desperately need. I made the appointment, and for the wash, the condition, the blow dry, the silk press, and the trim, and then plus the tip, I think it's gonna cost all around like $130. Currently right now in my Beauty envelope, I have $50. So if I do 130 minus 50, that means I probably need to be putting away on the safe side $80 for Beauty this month, which is more than what I normally do. But like I said, I desperately need to get my hair trimmed, and I think it's gonna be, worth it for me in the long run, right? Shopping, this used to be called personal. I renamed it to shopping because what I was finding was that I was spending the money on things besides personal items, and I try to be honest with my spending and honest with myself. So I just renamed it to shopping, and that's gonna be getting $60 this month. Another category I had to change the name of in order to be more honest with myself was my date night envelope. That really was date night, fun, hanging out with my friends, pretty much all things like entertainment. And again, I wasn't being honest with what I was spending the money on, so I renamed it to entertainment. And that I'm going to be giving, I have been giving it $200 this month, but I don't think I'm gonna really be going anywhere in September. We're going on a small vacation, but I already have money set aside from that in a sinking fund, so I won't be paying for that. So I'm gonna actually drop this down to $150. Titan is the dog that we just got. And like I said, things for him primarily get paid out of that joint account. But because I'm obsessed with him, I decided that I'm gonna be giving him $20 a month of my own money because I'm literally obsessed with him and I want to get him toys and clothes and all types of things that my boyfriend doesn't really care about, but I do. So I'm just going to pay for it. Spending is always getting $40. This is the cash that I literally keep in my envelope. The rest of these I don't actually carry with me, but spending and giving I do. So that money is going to, go in my wallet, and then giving always gets $10. Eating out, now this is a category that has changed a little bit too. I've been finding that I've just not been eating out as much as I used to. So I've been giving it 65, but I'm thinking about dropping it down to 50. I don't think I'm gonna do that yet. I think I'm just gonna go down in $5 increments until I get to 50. So I'm gonna do $60 for eating out this month. I don't know, I just haven't really been feeling eating out recently. I go to Popeyes, sometimes, but other than that, I really haven't been feeling eating out. So let's add up our variable expenses. Sorry, this should say 200, not 400. It's 400 for us total, but $200 each. So we have 200 plus 80 plus 80 plus 60 plus 150 plus 20 plus 40 plus 10 plus 60. That gives us a total of $700, but let me add that up one more time to be sure. So for variable expenses this month, we have a total of $700 that I'm going to be setting aside for my variable expenses. So now we do what we had left over after paying for our fixed expenses, which is $1,525 minus $700. That leaves us with $825 left over. All right, cool. So the last two categories we're going to be working on are our sinking funds and our savings challenges. So we have $825 that we can distribute amongst these. And I think one of the ones that's going to be getting more money this month is electronics. So I dropped my phone and the lens on my camera broke, like one of the lenses. I think it's the wide angle lens. And it's literally just the lens that broke. And while like the picture quality is still okay, you can see like the light is distorted because the lens is broken. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and try to get it fixed. I don't have Apple Care, which sucks, but I'm gonna go ahead and give electronics $100 this month to go ahead and start anticipating if I'm gonna go ahead and get that fixed and how much it may cost. So I'm gonna actually subtract these as I go. So minus 100. Brittany is only going to be getting $50 this month. So we are currently at $675. Vacation, I think I'm going to give $75. No, actually, let's stick with the $100 for vacation. So yeah, $575. Car maintenance, I definitely need to start paying more attention to because my car registration is due this year. And in Maryland, I think it's like $280 or something like that. And I think right now in it, I have $134. So in the Sicky Fund envelope. So I think I'm gonna add a little bit more. So maybe I'll do $50 for car maintenance. So minus 50, currently we are at $525. Christmas is gonna be here before we know it. And my goal for this envelope for the last 2 years has always been $300. So currently in it, I think I have $160. So I'm gonna go ahead and add $50 to Christmas. So what do we have? $525 minus 50. Let me just make sure because I messed up my calculator. So we had $825 minus 100 minus 50 minus 100 minus 50. So yeah, we have $525, and if we subtract what we have for Christmas, we have $475. So still a good amount of money left. And actually, I'm gonna skip ahead to car insurance because that absolutely has to be paid, and that's gonna be getting $88, and that is gonna leave us at $387. Let's move on to future, which always gets $100. So now we're at $287. Clothes, I think I'm going to do next. And like I said, I still have no clue if I'm gonna go back in the office, but I wanna start saving for clothes if I have to get it. So for clothes, I think I'm gonna do $75 in clothes. And then we have, what is this? YouTube, I guess let's do $20 in YouTube. And then we have Shop Small. Shop Small, I'm also gonna be doing $20. And I am on the hunt for some new cash envelopes. So if you have a particular person on Etsy that you really like, put it down in the comments so I can check out their shop. And then medical, I'm gonna give $40. Okay, so right now we have a total of $132 left over that we can put into our savings challenges. But let me add all this up just to be super duper sure before we do that. So currently in our Sicky funds, it looks like we're gonna be putting $693, but yeah, I know I gotta double check. Let's do this one more time. So yep, we have $693 that we're gonna be putting towards our various sinking funds in September. So if we do 825 minus 693, that leaves us again with $132 left over for our savings challenges. And I did forget to mention that I am a zero-based budgeter, which means that I like to budget every single dollar so it has a job and it has a purchase in my kind of financial journey. All right, so we do have $132 to work for. My biggest savings challenge that I want to, really work on, I don't think I'm gonna make it to the goal at the end of the year, is my $1,000 savings challenge, but I'm gonna go ahead and put $100 into that challenge. So that will leave us with $32 for the rest. Cash emergency, I'm gonna go ahead and give that, let's go ahead and give that $7. Investing, I'm gonna go ahead and give that $20. And then the last savings challenge is zero out. And to zero out my budget, I need to go ahead and give that $5. So let's just add all that up to be doubly sure. 100 plus 5 plus 7 plus 20 is 132. And 132 minus 132 equals $0, completing our zero-based budget. So there it is. That is my projected budget for September 2022. Of course, things can change like they did last month. My monthly budget was quite a bit different than my 2-paycheck budget with me, but that's okay. I just still like to have this nice kind of spread to kind of keep me on track for the month. And if things happen, that's why we budget in the first place. But I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, again, please consider liking, commenting, and subscribing. And I will see y'all next time. Bye.